Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. Now, it's real time.
By Mr. Big Dave Manners. Big Dave, how you doing, man?
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How's it going?
It's good to see you, man. The last time we were talking about you here on my show, you were up in Alaska, and there was a lot of issues going up there for you. Can we just give everybody a quick rundown on how everything went up there, and if you made it out of there unscathed?
Yeah. It was quite the summer. Probably, the toughest thing we've ever done up there in the 25 years I've been up. But yeah, we had the fire in June. It was kind of almost our last week. Came back for a few weeks, got stuff figured out. Went up there with about 10 guys, and 2 weeks later we rebuilt it, hauled 40,000 pounds of lumber out and gear, and it was quite the feat, but we got it done, and was able to fish about 3 weeks of my silver season up there, and now I'm back down here in Oregon getting after these fall Chinook and these coho.
Well, I'm glad that you made it out of there okay, man. We were certainly pulling for you, and we knew that if anybody could figure it out up there, and everyone, I hope you understand the logistics of up in the middle of the bush in Alaska. It ain't easy to get anything, let alone to get it to where you want it to be.
I really appreciate, everyone that donated to the GoFundMe. It was great. It was quite the feat.
No question. Well, how about this morning? And I know that it's not necessarily early when you're talking about fall Chinook fishing, but it is a little bit, especially along the coast. How's it been up to this point, and how are you doing this morning?
Yeah, so far we've got one nice coho and one nice Chinook. There was a little bite, little snap this morning, and now it's kind of been dead for about an hour or so. We're kind of fishing the tides and stuff too. We're going to be in the better part of our tide here in a little bit. But yeah, there's been fish, out. I mean, yesterday I fished from the upper bay all the way out to the ocean, the jetty. I fished all over the place and pretty much caught a fish everywhere I went. There's some weeds around. You kind of got to work through the weeds. But yeah, it's been decent fishing. Some days better than other. And I think we're going to see some changes too with all this rain that we're going to get. That's very interesting.
Well,
all in all, so far so good. So far so good.
Well, if anybody knows, it's going to be Dave. He spends a lot of time there for several years with lots of people. So it's always an interesting question, right? When the season gets started, it's still September. You haven't even hit in October yet on trying to decide or maybe what you think is going to happen going forward, right? Everything can change. But you just mentioned, that was my next question, we got a little bit of rain coming. In the valley, they're forecasting over a half inch, and along the coast even more. Is that a good thing this early in the year, or is it not a good thing this early?
For guys that are, fishing in the big water, they're probably not wanting it to rain. Guys that are maybe fishing up higher, maybe want to see a little rain. So it's going to go both ways, but I don't think, it'll probably be enough to make some fish move and maybe move some fish up. But for the most part, it's going to take it probably getting up, a little higher than what I think that what it's going to do. So it's going to move some stuff around, but guys, look at these. Okay, there's some fans right there.
You're getting photobombed. We love that.
But yeah, we'll see some fish start moving around with this rain, and then it also might be a thing where tactics may change. It might cool this water off a little bit. But we've had some pretty decent fishing temperatures in here. We got some weeds, so yeah. That's where we're sitting.
Would you call it exciting when you see a change like this in the last part of September, or concerning?
I'd say maybe a little more concerning, and I'd like to see, maybe more of this rain, maybe more in the middle of October. And I bet you most likely this is what'll happen. Is it's going to rain a little, it's going to bump up. It's going to move some, might clear the bay a little bit, but I think it'll probably drop back down. It's too early. It's too early.
It is early. I mean, I know I said that when we started the segment, it's a little early, but it's not that early. October is usually that kickoff, and you got a lot of things that change. You got lots of different places that you can fish, right? Obviously, you're in one location today, but the next day you could be north or south. I mean, there's a lot of options.
Yeah, and I kind of was jumping around down here a little bit more, but yeah, there's a lot of opportunity, and we're in that time of the year where there's a lot of places to fish, that's for sure, and they could be anywhere.
Now, last year was obviously a very weird year when you're talking about your opportunities for chasing Chinook in the rivers, of course, and in the bay. With the regulations that they've already established for that North Coast area where you spend most of your time, what do you think is going to happen? Did they call it right this time, or are you a little concerned with the regs that they pulled up this year?
Well, I mean, I guess it's still a little too early to tell, but I feel, I fished out here every day last year, and granted, there's some more people fishing now, but I'm not catching any more fish. Having a good year and catching fish, but there was plenty of fish around last year too. I'll tell you that.
Well, let's just hope they made that call correct. I know that, and you know this, Dave. I don't really spend any time in the bay. I would prefer to be there in the rivers when the water comes up and this and that. Hopefully, things will work out a little bit to where it's good fishing and that they made the right decisions.
Yep.
We'll see.
And another thing, we are seeing. I did catch one of our broodstock co-hosts the other day too, so we are seeing a couple of those around too, and you'll notice on those they'll have a max clip also. So this is the first year that we're getting that return also. That's
really okay. That's another one we're going to talk about. I need to cut to a break though. When we come back, I want to talk about the Chinook, of course, and the silvers that are in the area. But of course, we got to get to the meat and bones of it all, right? How you're doing it. I already saw that you had a 360 and a spinner going. So we'll come back. We'll talk with Dave about how he's going after them right now and maybe how his tactics might change going forward with more silvers in the area here in just a little while. Hopefully, things will work out well. So, Dave, stick with us, bud. We'll be right back. We've got Big Dave. When we come back from this break, everyone, don't go anywhere.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive new Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.